Hi, I'm Daniel from ligo.co.uk and these are the Hawke Nature-Trek compact binoculars. The Nature-Trek compacts are, as the name suggests and as you can see, a pocket-sized pair of binoculars. Hawke are quite a big name in the binoculars world and they make models of all different shapes and sizes, but how do these compare? Let's take a closer look. Let's start out with a little unboxing to show you what you get with the binoculars. If I take the lid of the box off, you'll see the binoculars themselves come in this little carry pouch. There they are to prove it. You also get a neck strap. Now this isn't a padded neck strap that you get with a lot of binoculars. It's quite basic, but the binoculars themselves are very light, so you may or may not need padded neck strap, but I would probably replace this with another one. A little drawstring bag to put the binoculars in. You could put them in that inside the pouch for a bit of protection. A little cleaning cloth inside this sort of envelope type thingy. And then a very basic little manual that just tells you a little bit about how to use and care for the binoculars. So onto the binoculars themselves. I've got the 8x25 model here, that's 8 times magnification, 25mm objective lens. They also come in a 10x25 version as well, so that's more magnification. And you can get monoculars of these as well, so you just get one barrel, but an 8x25 and a 10x25. They're made from polycarbonate or plastic to you and me, which helps keep the price down and also the weight down. These are just 295 grams, so if you're wearing them around your neck, barely even notice that you've got them on. They're rubber armored though, to give them a bit of extra protection. A little bit shock resistant, that's dropping them, not getting electrocuted, and nice and easy to grip as well. So if you're using them in the rain, the texture on the rubber armor makes them nice and easy to hold. As you can see, these binoculars are green, which fits in nicely with that Nature-Trek name and makes a nice change from the plain old boring black that you tend to get with most binoculars. They have a single top hinge design, so they fold like that. Some other compact binoculars, like Hawke's own Endurance ED compacts, have a dual hinge design, which makes them fold up a bit smaller, makes them a bit more compact. But personally, I find that makes them a little bit more fiddly to use, so I prefer the single top hinge design like this. But again, that's just personal preference. Focus wheel is pretty sturdy, stays nicely in place when you're using it, and it's easy to adjust one-handed, which is just what you want for compact binoculars. They have twist down eye cups, which means you could use them with or without glasses. So you have them extended without glasses, push down with, so you can get them as close to your eye as possible. Now I have to be completely honest here, the eye cups, where they're twisted out, are not quite as sturdy as I might like them to be, with a little bit of resistance there, but if you push quite hard, you can see they go back down again. However, I've found that does tend to be the case with most compact binoculars. It's not really enough room to give these eye cups a huge amount of grip under there. But as long as you're not pushing them too hard up against your eyes, you should find that they stay out just fine. So that's all about the build quality, but more important with binoculars is the optics quality, since you're using them to look through. I've been pretty pleased with all of the Hawke binoculars that I've tested thus far, and the Nature-Treks, I'm pleased to say, don't let the side down. They've got back 4 prisms and the lenses are fully multi-coated, which means you get nice, sharp, high-resolution images while you're looking through the binoculars. They're nitrogen purged, which means they won't fog up on you, and they're fully waterproof as well, as with all Hawke binoculars, which means you can use these in all weathers and conditions. These ones that I've got here, the 8x25, have a 6.8 degree field of view, which means if you're looking at a landscape a kilometre away from you, you'll be able to see 119 meters from one side to the other. That's not the widest that I've encountered with 8 times binoculars, and not the narrowest either, but it's a good balance between the two, and that's really just what you want from compact binoculars. You want ones that are good all-rounders that you can always have out and about with you for whatever you want to look at. The close focus on these is 2 meters or just under 2 meters, so you can use them for looking at stuff that's close up as well. Now, as I mentioned earlier, these have a 25mm objective lens, which is sort of the standard for compact binoculars. You do get some that are a few mil above or below, but most of them tend to be 25mm. The objective lens, the larger that is, the more light that can get through the binoculars, so the brighter the image you'll get. Because these are 25mm, if you're using them in nice bright conditions or in the middle of the day, you'll get a good clear image. But because they're a bit smaller than standard size binoculars, They're not quite as bright at low light conditions like dusk or dawn. So you might want to consider getting a bigger pair for times like that. But it does tend to be the case with most compact binoculars because of the size. And I didn't find it made much of a difference, to be honest. So there we have it, the Hawke Nature-Trek Compacts. A great little pair of compact binoculars that for the price really can't be beaten. If you've got any questions or comments about them, pop them below this video, and to get your hands on a pair for yourself, head over to ligo.co.uk.